Good morning to all the students. In this part 5, we are going to discuss about the Arabian Sea current and retreating monsoon. Now let us begin with this part 5. Monsoon winds advancing from Arabian Sea current. See, in this we are going to discuss about the monsoon winds that is advancing from Arabian Sea. Generally, the monsoon in India starts in the beginning of June at Kerala in South India. Western Ghats obstruct the southwest monsoon wind coming from over Arabian Sea. See, generally, what the monsoon in India that starts in the beginning of June at Kerala in the South India, and the western ghats they obstruct the southwest monsoon wind that is coming from Arabian Sea, and so the entire coast on the western slope of the ghats they receive heavy rain. When this winds cross western ghats and reach peninsular plateau, most of its moisture is reduced, and hence this leeward region gets less rain. Mumbai gets more than 200 centimeter rain, while Pune, which is a little farther, gets about 75 centimeter rain. See, this Western Ghats they obstruct the southwest monsoon wind that has been coming from the Arabian Sea, and this brings what heavy rain to the entire west coast plain. That is the area at the Western Ghats. And when this wind across the Western Ghats they reach the peninsular plateau, most of the moisture that is reduced, and hence the leeward regions they get less rain. For example, we see that is in Mumbai, which falls on the windward direction, they get more than 200 centimeter rainfall, while Pune, which is little farther but on the leeward direction, they gets about 75 centimeter rain. Rain decreases northward from Kerala to Karnataka, Goa, and Maharashtra on western coast. See, the rain decreases as it moves northwards from Kerala to Karnataka, Goa, and Maharashtra on the west coast. On one branch of this current enters Madhya Pradesh through the Narmada Valley. This current further merges with the wind coming from over Bay of Bengal. See, on the other branch, what we see that the Arabian Sea that current enters the Madhya Pradesh through the Narmada Valley. And this current further merges with the wind that is coming from Bay of Bengal. One branch of this Arabian current passes over Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch and advances towards Rajasthan. See, this current further they merges with the wind that has been coming over from Bay of Bengal, and one branch of this Arabian Sea, the current passes over Gujarat, Saurashtra and Kutch, and the advance through towards the Rajasthan. So this is a map of annual rainfall. You can see there are no high mountains or dense forest in Gujarat, so there is less possibility of the condensation of the moisture in this wind. See, as we know that there are no high mountains or dense forest in Gujarat, so what happens? So the condensation of wind is less over there, and hence the Gujarat they receive less rainfall. After giving rain in Gujarat, when this wind enters Rajasthan, they contain less moisture, so Rajasthan gets less rain. Deserts get even less than 10 centimeter rainfall. See, after that, what giving rain to Gujarat, this wind hardly have any moisture with them. So when they enter to Rajasthan, so Rajasthan they get very less rainfall, and to make it worse, desert get less than 10 centimeter rainfall. Monsoon wind advancing from Bay of Bengal. Now we will see is the monsoon wind that has been coming from from the Bay of Bengal current. Second branch of the southwest monsoon wind first enters the West Bengal and then reaches up to Meghalaya. See, second branch is there of the southwest monsoon wind, that is Bay of Bengal current. They first enter the West Bengal and then they reach to the Meghalaya. And this wind they contain maximum moisture which gives heavy rain in Meghalaya, because see there is a maximum moisture and because of this it brings heavy rain in Meghalaya. This wind contains maximum moisture. The slopes of Khasi, Garu and Jaintia hills receive heavy rainfall. See, the slopes of Khasi, Garo and Jaintia hills, they are in Meghalaya. They receive heavy rainfall. Wind here deflect and blow from southeast. They cross over West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and reach Haryana. See, one branch of this wind they deflect and they turn towards the west and they blow southwest, and it blows over where West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab and then they reach to Haryana. Their moisture content decrease, so the region which falls first in its way get more rainfall and gradually the last region they get less rainfall. See, the moisture which is contained in this wind they keep on decreasing as they approach to Haryana. So the region like West Bengal which falls first in their way they will receive heavy rainfall, and whereas the region like Punjab they will receive less rainfall. Further, both this current coming from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal merge, giving good amount of rain in northern Himalayan region. Snowfall occurs there occasionally. See further what happened, the current that has been coming from the Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal they merge where in the northern India, and together they give the amount of rain in the northern and Himalayan region, and occasionally what happens, snowfall also takes place over there. Along with the monsoon winds, cyclones originating over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea also enter India. See, along with this monsoon wind, the cyclone is also that originate where over Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea, they also enter India. Due to this, monsoon becomes more active in some areas. See, because of this, in some areas, monsoon becomes more active. During monsoon season, an average of 5 to 6 cyclones pass through India and help in bringing rainfall. See, due to this monsoon, they become more active, and during monsoon, about 5 to 6 cyclones, they also pass through India and they help in bringing rain. India receive rainfall through monsoon wind, but this wind do not blow throughout the year and from the same direction. See, thus the India that receive rain through this monsoon wind, and this monsoon wind they do not blow throughout the year and also from the same direction. The onset of this wind is also irregular. See, the onset is also irregular. The phenomena of rain break is associated with the monsoon wind. See, which phenomena is associated with monsoon wind? The rain break. The monsoon rain falls for many days, but there are few rainless days, and again it is followed by a spell of rain. See, during monsoon rain, when it falls many days, it falls for many days, and but there are few rainless days also, and after that again it follow with again the shower of rain is there. This phenomena is called rain break. See, this phenomena is said to be as a rain break. There is also variation in the physical feature in our country. That the physical feature also is being seen, that all these factors affect the distribution of rain. Because of all these factors, they affect the distribution of rain, and this factor have made the amount and the distribution of rainfall unequal in India, and because of all these factors the rainfall is unequal in India. Assam and Meghalaya receive very heavy rainfall, while the desert in Rajasthan and Leh in Kashmir receive insufficient rain. See, when we see that Meghalaya and Assam region they receive very heavy rainfall, and when we compared in the Rajasthan that desert region that and Leh in Kashmir they receive insufficient rain. Seasons of retreating monsoon wind, that is from October to November. During duration between October and November is better known as retreating monsoon. The vertical sun rays gradually shift southward and they create low pressure over Indian Ocean in south. See what happened in India, the period between the month of October and November to November it is known as retreating monsoon, and around September the sun rays they start moving towards the southern India, and so the sun starts shining vertically over there and they create a low pressure over Indian Ocean. High pressure develops gradually over the North India, and on the other side what happened, the high pressure that has been developed over the North India, and by the end of September a fresh pressure system develops over Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, which weakens the monsoon wind which have already reached the interior part of India. See what happened, due to with this pressure there is a difference in the pressure. The cold winds which was used to blow from Indian Ocean towards the northern India during monsoon season, now they start retreating and they now start blowing in the opposite direction, that is from the northern India towards the southern India, that is towards Indian Ocean, and hence this season is known as retreating monsoon season. See, at the time the season of dry cool wind they start instead of the hot summer, and clear sky and increased temperature are main characteristic of retreating winds. And see, in among this what we see that that it is being seen that the wind that are cold that is being blowing towards the what we have discussed about the, so around that October and November the monsoon wind that is being blowing in India, except that of South India they becomes weak, and see this wind they are cold and dry, while moving towards Indian Ocean they pick up some moisture from Bay of Bengal and they give rain to the South India, and because of this result what happens, South India na, they receive rain in winter. And among the main characteristic of retreating monsoon wind, the sky become very clear and the temperature also increases. Soil contains moisture. Daytime temperature increase. Night is cool and pleasant. Daytime weather is very perplexing due to the high temperature and humidity. See, soil become moisture laden. Days are hot, whereas nights are cool and pleasant. And this situation is known as October heat. In Gujarat, it is locally known as Bhadarvi Tapa. See, due to what happened, the high temperature is very high humidity. People get frustrated and confused of such annoying weather, and this situation is known as October heat. See, in Gujarat, people they locally call it as a Bhadarvyo Tapa. Now we will see is the climate and human life. See how this climate affects the human life. The climate of India is of monsoonal type, irregularity and uncertain, Irregularity and uncertain are the characteristic which have profound impact on climate and the food, lifestyle, nature of people, agriculture. See, because of this, there are different changes that been occurred because of the climatic on the human life. See, India has a monsoonal climate, and the climate is irregular and uncertain, and this has a great impact on the people's life, people's food pattern, lifestyle, nature, and also in the agriculture. Besides being an agrarian country, India is under the total control of monsoon climate. See, moreover, India is an agrarian country and its agriculture mainly depend on monsoon climate. So the impact of all uncertainties of this monsoon wind is seen on the agriculture and human life in India. And the following are the major impacts of climate on human life. See, if the climate is uncertain or irregular, then one can clearly see that its impact on Indian agriculture and human life. Now we will discuss the major impact of the climate on human life in India. See, which are they? I will discuss with you. During the high temperature, due to the high temperature during the most of the year in India, a large variety of crops can be cultivated. See, India experiences a clear sky and high temperature most of the year. And see, that is also favorable for agriculture. And but the uncertainty of rain has resulted unpredictable production. See, due to this favorable climatic condition, a large variety of crops can be grown in a year, but due to uncertain rains it does not become possible. Most of the rainfall between June and September, so whereas irrigation is not possible, only one crop can be taken depending on rainfall. See, most of the rain falls during June to September, that is during the monsoon season. So, the region that do not have proper irrigation facility, they grow only one crop, that is during the monsoon season. And the onset as well as the end of rainy season is uncertain. So, many a times water is not available to crops at proper time. See what happened, the monsoon that start and ends it is abruptly, and hence many times crops do not get sufficient water, or get an improper time, and the early onset or delay in the monsoon that also destroy the crop. Sometimes there is heavy downpour of rain in the shorter time. See, sometimes it rains very heavily, and because of this what happened, the crops also is being destroyed. Rivers get flooded and causes soil erosion, which is long term reduced crop production. When the rainy season is over, it creates employment problems for agricultural laborers. See, due to the excessive rain, the rivers they get flooded, and because of this causes soil erosion, and this is a long term reduce crop production. When the rainy season is over, it creates employment problems for agricultural labor. Since the more than required population, they are dependent on agriculture, and after monsoon, a good amount of labor population they become unemployed. And as the farming is not a year long term, many agricultural laborers migrate to city. See, the laborers they have to migrate to city for finding of the work for the rest of the year. And due to irregular rain, some agro-based industries face problem as they do not get their raw materials like cotton, sugar cane, tobacco, etc. See, irregular rain they cause many problems to some agro-based industries also, and these industries are they are not able to obtain raw material like cotton, sugar cane, tobacco, etc. for their industries. Problem of drinking water also become acute due to irregular rain. Because of this irregular rain, the problem of drinking water also arise. life in desert or mountainous region, they become full of hardship, which directly affect people's food, clothing, occupation. See, life of desert and mountain region, the people who are living over there, that also becomes full of hardship, and this also directly affect the people's food, clothing, occupation, etc. See, this impact of rain in India is widespread. That's why this impact of rain in India is widespread. See, like to know over here is Indian Meteorological Department. See, the Indian Meteorological Department broadcasts the weather. See, it does an important work of weather forecasting uh, of our country on radio, television, and publishes them in newspaper as well as on website. See, it transmit information on weather in the forms of news in our country, and it transmits this information through what? Through radio, television, and they even publishes in its newspaper as well as on the website also. And the office was established in 1875 at Kolkata. See, this department that was being established in the year 1875 in Kolkata. Its main office was in Pune till 2005, and now it is shifted to New Delhi. Its other six regional offices are located at Chennai, Guwahati, Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur, and also in every state capital. See, till 2005, its head office was in Pune, and then it was being shifted to New Delhi. And the other six regional offices are also located. They are at Chennai, Guwahati, Kolkata, Mumbai, Pune, and Nagpur. And IMD has established observation station from India up to Antarctica. A weather forecast is made based on the information collected from these stations. See, beside it has also an office in the capital city of every state. See, IMD has established that Indian Meteorological Department, they have established observation station from India up to Antarctica, and its forecast weather, they are based on the data that they receive in all these stations. So it is all about the Indian Meteorological Department. I hope you all have understood this chapter, chapter 16, climate. Thank you for listening.